Guys, I am back from holidays and ready to roll. Now, we've come down to beautiful Poverty Point Campground today, and we're going to run our report from here this week. So let's dive in and see what's been getting caught while I was away and what you guys can get into this weekend. Righto, weather-wise, guys, now it has been stinking hot. There's no doubt about that. And every afternoon we've been getting those northeasterly sea breezes. Now, they have been picking up around about that 15, 20 knots from lunchtime onwards. So it's a good idea if you are going to get out this weekend, try and get out early morning. Saturday at this point is looking the best. Get out early and get home early, all right? So pull the pin around lunchtime or just before and get home with that northeaster on your rear end. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit messy in the afternoons and you get those northeasterly whitecaps coming through. Now, what happens on northeasterlies? Normally a couple of things. The number one being for the beaches is weed, all right? And it has been true. Now, there has been a lot of snot weed down along Teewah Beach. There's been a little bit up around Inskip Point too, which hasn't hampered the fishing too much. And the bottom of the island from pretty much around Pyungan Rocks south is pretty nasty at the moment, guys. I can't see this changing until we get a really good southeast blow that will blow all this weed away and stop it. However, it's not going to hamper your fishing too much. There's still plenty of places to get on the beach away from the weed and fish. Moving to Teewah Beach, guys, now there has been some really nice quality fish caught, even though that weed has been hanging around, and we are on the moon. So this weekend we'll be just coming off the back of it, but that's not going to hamper the whiting, the bream and the tarwine on Teewah at the moment. There's some really good gutter formations, guys. Move around, find the fish, and try and fish that last 2 hours of the run out, first hour of the run in for all your light surf species. And if you can find a good bank, which there are a few down there at the moment, you can find some really nice tailor. Now, the Rainbow Beach Fishing Club had their monthly comp on the weekend, and I was able to attend that, and they had some really good catches, guys. They had tailor to about 3.5 kilo. There was good tarwine, good whiting, good bream, and there was even some cracking good flathead caught too. So the beaches are working well. If I was going to have a fish this week on the beach, I would definitely be having a sniff around the Inskip Point area. All right, they've been catching some beautiful big whiting there on the inside of Pelican Bay, just off the beach, no boat. All right, and then you can fish the low tide down around the point, the bar entrance area, where all those melon holes are, where the whiting absolutely love to sit. On the offshore front, guys, there's been some beautiful big tusk fish around on the closer reefs. Now, another thing that's been in big numbers in this lead up to the last moon has been snapper. Greg from Point Fishing Charters spoke to me the other day and said he has just been absolutely braining snapper, and it's probably one of the best weeks he's had on snapper for this whole season. All right, guys, so if you want to chase some big snaps, make sure you have a look this weekend. Definitely on the Saturday is looking like the better day, but you might just get amongst some of those as well. Other species have been caught, have been some kingfish. We've seen good jewfish. There's been amberjack, a few nannies, a couple of reds have also come through the door. And the other thing we've noticed, or Simo noticed while I was away, was the great variety of species, all right? There's been some really good Hussar and Moses and all those other species that make up really good mixed boxes coming through this week. So it's great fishing, guys. Let's see, that run should slow down a little bit on the back of the moon now. So let's see how you go this weekend offshore. For the guys who want to run around in the tinnies this week in the Straits, the fishing is only getting better as well. We've seen some really good jacks and even more barra getting caught as that heat and temp rises, all right? So I got a call from Captain Jonathan of Great Sandy Straits Sports Fishing Charters, and he ran me through that he's been banging out some really nice whiting and a few speedsters like some big queenies and really good trevally. One of his customers, Andrew, got amongst them the other day and got some really nice specimens as well. So that's another option for you guys. If you don't want to go and chase your jacks and your barra, you can always look at the flats, flick some lures, maybe even a fly if you want, and try and get yourself a nice big queenie or a trevally. They're a top fighting fish, guys. Really classy sports fish. Also in the Straits, guys, we have seen some really good flathead as well. So I'd highly recommend trying to locate them by trolling some lures. Small little hard bodies work fantastically well around that 1 to 1.5 meter diving depth. Troll around, guys, because you can cover some ground and locate where those flathead are. Now, if you're hunting a feeder whiting in the Straits, guys, take note of the direction of the wind we've been having over the last week. It's been predominantly northerly, and what that does is drive that fish down. The fish go with the wind because it's an easy way to travel, right? And you will find them down those areas where the northerlies pushed them. I went for a little walk yesterday down to Carlo Point near the caravan park at Rainbow Beach, and I waded out in the flats and I saw some really nice schools of whiting in very shallow water, talking about 1 foot to 2 feet of water, and there were some nice sized fish amongst them. These have been pushed down by that northerly wind, and you will find them in these areas while those winds continue, all right? Now, guys, if you're heading over the island, there is one thing to know at the moment. The beach is beginning to get soft, all right? It's been hot, it's been dry, we haven't had much rain, and that means one thing. The cars are going to churn it up and make traveling a little bit harder. So, to make it easier on yourself, make sure you lower your tire pressure. It makes it a hell of a lot less stressful on yourself and the vehicle, and it'll get you to where you want to go on the beach. As always, travel around low tide, guys, all right? That's going to make it the easiest as well. And also, it's the best time to fish for all your light surf species on the beach. Now, as I said earlier in the video, the weed is quite thick south of about Payungan Rocks. From there north, it is actually beautiful and clean. Now, I would be heading up to Indian Head, just the southern side of Indian Head this week, to try and chase some big tailor. We have seen tailor about 3.5 kilos this week come from there, and I'm sure as we lead through into the next month, November, we're probably going to see some even bigger specimens as well. It's time to get rid of those pillies, guys, and start moving to flesh baits, smaller rigs, single hooks to try and target those bigger fish. It's an absolute ball, especially when you nail that target, that big tailor, and you land it on the beach. It is actually a really good trophy to have. Now, if I'm fishing this weekend, where would I be going and what would I be doing? 100%, guys, I'd be loading up the truck and I'd be heading up to Indian Head. It is big tailor time, and that is one of the best places that you can find big fish. A couple of tips if you're going to chase them. If you're not using gang hooks, you've got to use wire, guys. I don't care what anyone says. You will not land, or you'll be very lucky to land a big tailor if you're not using wire with single hooks or smaller rigs. The other thing is, guys, is stay away from all the other people, right? If you see a big group of people, don't go and jump in on with them. Find your own water. Nice high banks, easy to cast to back banks on the high water. And this neepy start tides coming from this weekend is going to be an absolute perfect time to chase that trophy PB tailor on the island. Now, guys, if you're coming through and you're coming to fish in our beautiful region, drop in and see us at Tackle World Rainbow Beach. Myself and the team can let you know everything you need to get yourself hooked up to a quality fish this weekend. We're open from 5 a.m. on Thursday, Friday and Saturday. And if you want to hit us up about beautiful little campgrounds like this one at Poverty Point, we can give you the full rundown on that too. Guys, get out there, nail some fish, and we'll